Hey all, welcome to ShareTreck. This is Raj here. Friends, what a week it was. We had a bounce back after a huge crash, and we also had the debacle of government spending bill playing tennis between the two parties, being pushed here and there, and ultimately we got something that could keep the government open for a little while. So that's a big sigh of relief. Then the next challenge is going to be how do we face the end of this year, because the last week could see tax loss harvesting, profit harvesting, and a whole lot of things setting the table right. So I don't know what's going to happen ahead, but I do think that people have spent a lot of money, invested a lot of money, and ridden the stock market on the way up. I think there's a little less liquidity right now, and people are all stressed. So there is a good chance that even the slightest bit of stimulus can push the stock market down. So I really don't know what to expect in the last week. As I mentioned, I'm already 60% in cash. And yesterday I bought a little bit of FNGD at around $13.20. I'm thinking that the way down has got more opportunities than the way up. So that's the way I'm positioning myself. Yeah, let's look at a few headlines before I wind up for the week. The Fear and Greed Index from CNN shows that we have moved from extreme fear to fear, but I'm thinking that it won't take too long for us to come back into extreme fear. It's not a big stretch given all the uncertainties and the highly stretched valuations, and all the indices ended up positive and with handsome gains, but compared to the loss they had the previous day, it's almost half recovered, I would say. And the VIX has dropped to 18.36, and somehow we were able to see the bipartisan stopgap funding bill come through. This gives us a hope that there is still a lot of legislators out there who would hold the line. And there is a headline out here which says bull market tested as volatility spikes. Overheated assets cool off. The testing may not be done, and I agree with this sentiment. I think the testing is not yet done. There is more to go. So Dow Jones managed to surge back up after a huge drop and 2 days of weakness, but it has been pushed below this diagonal line of resistance that we have had from before, which was earlier a line of support. So that is performing the task of putting a lid on the DJI. And also you can see the MACD is kind of improving and the momentum is also improving. So we will have to watch this diagonal line of resistance and see if we are able to break through above it. Next, we have the NASDAQ index, which fell below the diagonal line of resistance that we had from before, which I would draw like this out here. This is where it was before, so we are pushed down from there. MACD has become much more pronounced in its bearishness, and momentum is just about average. And VIX dropped down and fell below the line of support, which was at 18.57. We are at 18.35, so I'm just going to mark this as red. And if we were to look at IWM Russell Index managed a little bit of gain, but MACD is still very bearish and momentum is still pretty low. And if you look at gold made a little bit of recovery the last 2 days, and it's looking slightly better. But overall, I think the market is trying to decide whether it should remain at elevated levels. Now, unless the prices start going up further, there wouldn't be new influx of money coming into it. And I suspect that there is not much money left out there for it to come in. And also there are people with margins. I think some of the margin investors were liquidated in the last 2 days, and the others might be getting a bit jittery. If there's a little bit of movement downwards, then we can see the next cascade coming through. So that's the way I'm looking at it. And next I would like to go into AI, and I would like to look at Tesla. Tesla has got 3 straight days of drop, and the MACD has started to cross over the signal line. It's almost there. Momentum is also dropping faster. So I'm looking at Tesla and Palantir, the two companies which I think are highly overvalued. Palantir has bucked the trend and it has crossed over the diagonal line of resistance that we had before and converted that into a support. So there is tremendous strength in Palantir, but Tesla is starting to give in. And I think that with the high PE multiples for Tesla and Palantir, they will be the canary in the coal mine, and we will be seeing them drop first before anybody else. So that's what I have out there. And if we look at genomics very quickly, I think that CRISPR Therapeutics did reasonably well to just bounce back and stop its descent. And we have Illumina, which is the other company that I'm optimistic about in this pack, which also bounced back decently. It got a gain of 1.5%. And of course, Grail is trying to recapture the growth. I think if I had the risk appetite, I would definitely buy Grail. But I didn't buy that. Instead, I put my money on FNGD. So that's what I have here, my friends. And I think that if we look forward to the next week, I would say that it's my personal opinion, not financial advice. I think it will be prudent to take profits where possible and stay in cash. Of course, Warren Buffett has put money into Occidental and he's bought more shares. I think he's put all the money that he got out of Apple and Bank of America into Occidental. So that shows that he's got a little bit more confidence in the markets. But oil and gas sector, of course, is a mainstay until we have alternative energy. So that seems a logical place to be in. But oil shares have been dropping off late. Oxy has also dropped significantly. So we'll see what happens going forward. We don't have the crystal ball. If I did, I would have told you what to buy right now. I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think is exactly happening in the market? What are your thoughts? Please put that in the comment section. I'm going to use this weekend to recharge and start afresh thinking about the new year, and also trying to do some kind of year-end video where I talk about the trends for the year. So that's what I'm working on, and it takes a little time for a content creator to come up with something, especially when you're working on your own by yourself and you have other commitments. So please bear with me, and if you have some ideas for a year-end video, please put that in the comment section. I'll definitely consider them. Thanks and have a great day. Bye for now.